All right, guys. So it's 7 o'clock. So we got 7 o'clock. Yeah. All right. Cool. So welcome, Chrissy. Good to see Dino here. Michael Soya. Um, Steve Kim. Good. Good to see you, bud. Um, so this is week 5 of our beginner BJJ curriculum. I got Yanni here with me,
Gross.
my superstar. Let's move back a little bit. My superstar here. Great to spend some time with her. So week 5, and basically, what does that mean? That means I've decided to show you 5 of the most important escapes that I think have to do with, that I think are important in jiu-jitsu. Next week, next Monday, we will begin a new 5-week cycle. And in that 5-week cycle, it's all about takedowns. Takedown defense, taking someone from the ground to the mat, how to handle yourself on the feet. So we started with escapes. We move on to 5 weeks of takedowns. And we will continue on a 5-week cycle until we hit all the 6 major pieces of jiu-jitsu. All right. I will be working on the website to post all this stuff. I have these, the first class did not get recorded, but I did a video for that. And all the other classes I have recorded. So I've been sending them out. I usually send this class out a couple days after the class. So if some people are asking for it the next day, it takes like, I think, a couple hours to load, and then I usually send it out by Wednesday.
Kevin, they're all on your YouTube channel too, right?
Yeah, it's usually on my YouTube channel as well. Yeah, so you can catch it up there. And I don't even know what that channel is, but Sheridan BJJ or Kevin Sheridan BJJ. So that being said, congratulations, guys. You guys are now attending another session of the beginner white belt. And I found this class to be really grounding for me to be able to actually pick the top 5 things I wanted to teach you guys on escapes, and think about that, and talk to Yanni about it, and talk to Keith about it, hit Lucas up, look at the Marcelo stuff, and it all boiled down to a couple of these moves. That being said, let's just give you a quick snippet about what's going on at the school, and then we'll go into a little bit of warm-up. So first thing is we are starting back, just feeling out what it's like to have a 2-person group in here and a 4-person group, testing it to see what we need to do. So when we do open up on a larger scale, so if you do not have a time to train and you want to train, you can't just come to the school on your own and train like you could before. All right, we're not set up for that right now, but what you can do is email Yanni or email me or message Yanni and ask us to set you up with the time. What we will do is we will find a partner for you that's good for you, that's your size, whether you want to be in a 2-man group or a 4-man group, or whether you want to stay online. We have a lot of people that are going to stay online, and a lot of people that are going to the 2-man groups. And the whole idea is, I think it's safer to be in the building with 2 other people than and training with them and then with 15 other people. I already see how something can get out of hand when you're in with 15 people in a closed space. So we're starting out testing it. I have a machine that cleans the air. It's a hospital grade machine. It kills all the viruses in the air. We have a cleaning protocol that we're working on, that we're adding to each week as we figure this stuff out. I also am putting a roof on right now on our parking lot area. And there will be a 500 square foot training facility outside that will be open to all you guys while the weather permits. So there'll be spaces inside, spaces outside. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing an event in the park. I will let you guys know when that is. It'll be somewhere in Memorial Park. You will bring your own mats. You can get your mats right now at Dick's Sporting Goods. They're puzzle mats. You get the 1/4-inch thick ones. You spend about $100 and you can get a good training area. Or you can order mats online. Dino, what you sent me was nice, but they were sold out right now. But I'll put out that information. But if you get probably 100 square feet, or maybe even a little less than that, you're probably fine. So you can come to the practice on your own. You can come to it with someone you're quarantined with, your kids, or you can come with a training partner, or if you're in a group of 4. So it'll be a nice way for us to do that. And I will have a regular class outside. My wife did a yoga class last Saturday. It was really good. So that being said, I will be putting out more videos. There's a Sheridan BJJ closed group. There's the Sheridan BJJ main page. If you're not in the closed group, please message me to invite you to it. Because I'm putting information on there that I don't necessarily want to go out to the entire Facebook world. That being said, guys, let's get a little squat here. Get a little bit of breathing down. All right, let's come nice and low. And we can alternate to either side. And let's get our knuckles underneath our chin. And let's do 10 breaths in through our nose and out through our nose. Try to do a 6 count in and a 6 count out. And if you have to come off of your knees and come up here, that's fine. Do a couple of these if you need to. Come back. All in through your nose and out through your nose. Do a couple sit-throughs here. And let's do a couple shrimps. Couple shrimps. Stationary shrimps. Come back and forth. Couple over your head. All right. Okay, guys, so let's talk about the scenario that we're in today, all right? So one thing I found out about Yanni, which is kind of cool, her job enables her to test her each week. So she's able to get a test every week. I don't know, some people's jobs may do that for them. That's pretty cool. So she's able to know where she is. So she's been available to a lot of the students. And I want to thank her for that, for helping out in person with a lot of the students as we start to return to training and being in the school. So the scenario that we're in today, guys, we're standing, and again, we're getting knocked down. Now, why are we showing this? Because we're planning again for the worst case scenario. Now, I can show you where you're going to punch someone, where you're going to kick someone, you were going to run, but all this is preparing us for, there's a larger opponent, there's a faster opponent, they catch us by surprise, and we get knocked down, and how do we handle ourselves from there? Why are we doing that? Because getting knocked down is one of the worst case scenarios, and what generally happens when you have a stronger opponent coming after you or a larger opponent. So that's what we want to prepare for. Now, I said this last week, but I'll say it again. The best thing to happen when we got knocked down is for us to keep our legs up, all right? We get knocked down and keep our legs up, all right? And we don't let that person, by blocking them and staying on their hips and their knees as they come to try to come to get us, we're moving our hands, we're keeping that person in front of us. That's what we want to do after we do our break fall and make sure our head's safe. We want to keep our legs in between the attacker and my heart and my eyes, my ears, all my vitals. All right, that's option number one. But in this scenario, all right, I'm going to show you it and then I'll detail it. We go through, they actually pass our legs like we did last week. If you remembered, they passed our legs and they were able to throw our legs to the side. Now, remember, when we were shrimping, we were able to catch our legs and turn back into them. All right? But last week's scenario, they were able to throw our legs to the side and now come down into side control. All right? This week's scenario, the worst scenario on the bottom is they mount me, right? Because they can punch me, they're on top. Second worst case scenario is they get side control. All right? They're on my side, they're not mounted, they're not on my legs, but they're on my side, they're controlling me, and then they can either punch me or just hold me. Third worst case scenario is that they actually are able to get behind me and hold me from behind, which is called taking your back. All right, I'm going to show that now. And why is it the worst, the third? Why isn't it the first or second?
Because in the first scenario, there are other things that you could do. For example, the striking. Okay. So in side control, and when you are in mount position, you could strike, you have your elbows, okay? So you have more punish. Now today, we're going to talk about not the best scenario, but at least you don't have the option to punching. So.
Yeah, so if Yanni's on my back, she can choke me, but her punches are not going to be much because she's from behind me. Very different than if she's on top. So that's why it's the third worst scenario for taking the back. Is taking the back. So that's what we're going to prepare for. So I'm going to show you guys this scenario here. We're going to do it quick and then I'll break it down for you guys. Good. All right, we'll do it again.
Quick or?
Yeah, kind of quick. And I ending up in my safe position. All right, so let's break that down. What happened there? So, first thing, I'm knocked to the ground. All right? I'm going to put my feet up. But that doesn't work in this scenario. She's able to throw my feet to the side, and I'm not able to get any pivot. Remember, we were talking about pivot and coming back. I don't have time for that. She's coming right down on me. All right? Now, what I don't want to happen, the first thing I need to watch out for, I don't want to keep going with this and end up here. Why? Now she's got my back, and she can strike me. So I don't want that. So how do I avoid that? All right, as this person's taking my back, all right, first thing I'm going to do let's hold off before you do that. First thing I'm going to do is I need to protect my neck. Before anything happens, I'm going to grab two hands and I'm going to put it on top of my neck. And I'm just going to put my hands, first thing, in between the neck. All right. Now I got a little bit of a story with this, just to give you guys a little understanding of how damaging the back is. So I was a brown belt, and I entered a tournament in New Jersey and made it to the finals. And there was a black belt. At that time, they would mix the browns and blacks. And there was a guy in Brazil that was there for like the week. And I was like, oh, this is great. I get to fight a black belt from Brazil, you know, and I kind of talked myself up against him, and I thought in my mind what I was going to do to him. And the whistle went, and I went in for my single leg. I got it. I had him, and then the next thing I knew, he was taking my back, and I said, "Oh, I don't want him to get the 4 points, because in competition, if you're able to take the back and get the boots in, that's 4 points, which is major. So what did I block first? The legs. And as soon as I blocked the legs, guess what happened next? What happened next is, well, I don't know what happened next because I wasn't awake. What happened next was I looked up and my opponent was signing the winner's sheet, and my friends were laughing at me from the side because I had passed out. So what basically happened, she put the choke on really quick and knocked me out. So I learned from that, the first thing is your hands are going to come and you're just going to protect your neck, just like this. 2 hands open, protect your neck. That'll give you some time. Okay? All right. Now, second thing here is you're going to want to start. You don't want to get turned over. So you're going to start to walk out here and push back into that person. So take a look at that. Take a look at that. I go from here to, look, this is kind of like my shrimping, right? Remember our shrimping? Shrimping is in so many ways. Look, I'm going to put my foot near my top of my butt, and I'm going to start to walk out. The form of a shrimp right there. Now what's going to happen? I'm going to not let that person put me on my stomach, but they're going to take my back. And I'm going to end up here. All right, so what have I done? 2 hands. I've pushed back in. They've taken my back. All right, so from here, next thing is chin down. Chin down. All right, chin down, because even though my hands are here, they can sneak up and get underneath. So hands on, chin down. Now from here, I'm a little safer now. Let's go into just this position here. I'm going to take you guys here just so you can see. So I've got my hands on, I've got my chin down, and what the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to move down a little bit. By moving down, I bring their hands up, and there's less security for that person. Okay? Hands, elbow, and down. All right? So I would say that's the first few things that you have to remember. And then here's the second block. Now that I've created some semblance of safety for my neck, I'm now going to have to notice where I am. So when someone takes your back, one of the hands is going to be underneath the armpit, and the other hand is going to be over. So you're going to have to look and see which hand is over and which arm is under. The one is under can never choke you. The one is over is your danger. So if I let go of the one that's over, it goes right to the choke. Go ahead. If I let go of the one that's under, there's no choke. Okay? So you have to really understand which one is over and which one is under, because the one that's over, you're going to want to defend. And I'm going to show you guys right here how to defend it. Once you decide which one's over, you are going to take your hand that's pulling down, you have 2 hands pulling down, and you're going to change into a baseball bat position. See here, I'm like a lefty here with a baseball bat here. right? Or maybe it's a lacrosse position. I don't know, Rod. Lacrosse position? So, how am I changing? I'm coming from pulling down to my thumb in. I'm going from pulling down to my thumb in. Now, why do I do that? Because when I'm pulling down, look at the angle that I have here. I don't have much of an angle here. And she could easily kind of come up in between that. But once I change, I have this block now of a thumb and a finger where I'm blocking. And I have the angle now. So now look what I got here. I have this block now. She tries to choke. There's no way. It's not happening. I take away the choke. You guys see that? Everyone see that with the all right? Good. All right. So now that I'm here, all right, now that I'm here, I'm going to start working my legs. All right, remember, sometimes the fight isn't always where you think it is. The beginning of the fight's here, and then the fight moves to down here once I've secured this. I got my chin in, I've got this nice and hooked, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to straighten out this leg here. You guys see, I'm going to start to straighten out that leg. See how that leg falls off? And I'm going to walk through and start to walk through, and put my back on the mat and push off and walk out, and walk out. This person may try to come on top and I can come back into my safe position, which is my open guard against the hips. Let me show it again. First thing to protect, neck, some breathing room, okay? Second thing, I don't want to get mushed here. I'm in trouble, I'm going to get punched. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrimp out and push back. Now she can still push on me, that's okay, but if she's smart, she's going to take the back and get control here. That's okay for me. I'd much rather be here than that person on top. She tries to punch me here. Go ahead and try to punch. She's going to give up the choke. So there's not a lot for her here as far as punching goes. All right, so what have I done? I've now not had her flatten me out on the stomach. I've now given myself a little bit of time. I'm going to put my chin down, my shoulders up, and now I'm going to start to use the concept, I remain calm even in tough situations. And I'm going to start to focus on my breathing and start to focus on being conscious of what the heck's going on and realizing I'm here, I'm okay, I'm alive, now let's get out of here. All right, like if anyone ever had a failed business or a failed anything, that initial, oh, smack, I'm here, what am I going to do? And then you settle in and realize, all right, I'm here. Let me dig myself out. That's the attitude, okay? So, I am now going to decide which, now she's got me on this side, which is fine for me because I want to go there anyway, all right? Let's say I'm here. I have to decide which one's the dangerous arm, all right? This one's dangerous because it's over. Because if I let go, what happens? Good. If I let go of the other one, what happens? Not much. So you have to take that time that you just created for yourself and decide which one is the more dangerous. And that's the one you want to change your hands on and start to grab 2-on-1. So second concept, I'm going to use the stronger parts of my body against the weaker parts of theirs. So my 2 hands is going to be much stronger than their 1 hand. So I'm going to take my 2 hands that are available to me, and I'm going to put it against her largest weapon. So again, I'm going to take my hand and turn it. Can you guys all see that? All right, let's get a little closer. Get a little closer for you guys. So I'm going to take this, get a little tighter. All right, I'm going to take this, I'm going to turn this. I'm going to bring it in. Now, what does that do? here. What does that do? That now and allows me to press down on her arm. All right? And now there's not much of a choke there. I'm going to straighten out the leg, get that hook off, and now I'm going to start walking out to the side. All right, I don't want that person to mount, so I'm going to bring this knee up. I'll start to push off and start to face her. All right? You want to let him in, and I'll show the solo drill. All right, guys, so how does this look when you're doing this alone? You get knocked down, you do your break fall if you know that, and you keep your legs up, you get thrown to the side. First thing, protect the neck. All right, protect the neck. Second thing, once we protect the neck, all right, we are going to start to shrimp out, pushing towards that person. Good. All right, now once we're here, we are going to lower our neck inside here. Nice. All right, maybe lower down a little bit. And now, okay, I got my time. I can breathe, start breathing, relaxing, making sure it doesn't get worse. Now, which hand's the choking and which hand is under? The hand that's over, I'm going to come in. Now I've got my 2-on-1 baseball grip. All right, I latch onto that. I start to straighten my leg. And now I start to move out. Now I'm shrimping once again. All right, you want to say something about this elbow?
So the inside elbow. So I'm here, I'm taking this one.
Yeah.
So if I have my seatbelt grip, the most important thing is to keep this elbow nice and tight. Because,
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
so I have the back, I'm coming in, I'm taking the back, Kevin starts escaping, Professor.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let me see who's here. Okay? So now he's getting escaped, he's protecting, he's keeping the arm down. But do you see the inside elbow? He's keeping this elbow in. By keeping this elbow in, he used to have a block in order to create a frame, and I can't take the back again. Well, I can't recover.
Professor, could you just lay down and with your hands, I can't figure it out, but maybe if it's like from the first person view, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Could you
yeah,
just
go
turn
ahead.
around and do this? Just this part, like the hand part.
Way back over there. So you talking to Yanni or me?
Either one, just the hand part when you're switching from
The
the,
neck?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
feel like-
Yeah, yeah. Do it with your head this way.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to see it from that? Yeah, put your head
Yeah,
down.
put your head down.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so you're going from 2,
Yeah.
2. Now check it out. She's going to change. Here, you got 2 here, and then you change here.
There.
Here.
Okay.
Okay, let me do it so they can see it. Here, you're here, right? Blocking the neck. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Where am I here?
You're right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I got you. You do it and I'll follow you.
Here, right? Now check it out. I'm keeping it off my neck. And now I'm going to change to here.
Okay.
See that? And that's going to get the arm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
So you're here, and look.
Oh, like here. Got it.
All right, so what I want everyone to do now is I want you guys to get in and just start to work with it. Go to the other side like you had it. So here. Look, I'll go from here, pulling down, to here. All right, and now, this is my grip.
Okay.
It's like you're shaking a hand,
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
okay? All right, guys, let's do this on your own. All right, so you're knocked down. I'll walk you through it. Knocked down. All right, try to keep your feet up. That doesn't work. You get thrown to the side. Boom. Protect your neck. Protect your neck. Now we're going to walk out. We're going to walk out. All right. Chin down. Protecting the neck, chin down. Now, I'm going to lower my body a little bit. I'm going to change. You guys get right over there. It's fine for you guys. I'm going to change. What's up, bud? How you doing? Good. I'm going to change now my wrist into here. Good. All right. Now I have this nice. Now I'm going to straighten my leg. Take out the hook. Now I start to walk over the hook. This is the elbow in that Yanni was talking about. Over the hook. And here's my shrimp again, guys. Here's my shrimp once again. And then I'm regarding and resetting. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look, Matt. Go ahead, try it out, Matt. Let's see, Miguel. Protect that neck, Miguel. Protect the neck. Push back. Good. Now, which one's over? Which one's under? Switch the arm. Good. Straighten the leg now. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Straighten the leg. And start to walk over. Keep walking out. Walk out. Elbow in. Nice, Miguel. You got it. You killed that. You killed that. Let's see it, Hans. All right, look good, Hans, but it was so quick, it was hard for me to decipher. I think you want to do it slower and break down each piece so you're clear on what it is. Let's see it, Kyle. So, Kyle, this turning of the hand is important for you. It's probably not something that you really paid attention to. Yeah, I think you probably remember you were good at this and putting your thing in, but make that change, and that's going to be big for you. As a wrestler, I know that you originally would give up your back a lot. I don't know if I would classify you as a wrestler anymore, though. Mm-hmm. The 20-year limit on that. What's going on, Diaz? What's up? How you doing, bud? All right, let's see it again, Eric.
Christy.
Yeah, watch someone you can mention. Okay. So guys, the rear naked choke is one of the Mac Daddy positions of all MMA, of all jiu-jitsu. It's one of the biggest things that people have successes with. So if you don't know how to defend it, you're going to be at a very precarious position a lot of times. So obviously the best way is to not get into it. But in this case, we're saying, all right, you got in there. How can I train against it? So I would say the big points that you want to remember for this is protect your neck first. Forget everything else. Protect your neck and don't go to your stomach. If you can just remember those two things, protect your neck and don't go to your stomach, that'll give you the time now to put in this concept. Now here's a concept, guys, that you use throughout jiu-jitsu. I remain calm in tough situations. What's up, Jess? I remain calm in tough situations. So now that you're here, you can start to breathe and get your calmness and figure the way out. Mm-hmm. And the way out starts with wrist control, hand control. All right, so this point, I want to open it up for some questions from you guys.
Hey, Kevin,
Yeah.
it's Chris.
What's up, Chris?
How are you, buddy?
How you doing?
Question, at what point, like when you, I guess you clear the leg, right? When you're walking around, so you got your baseball grip, right? You got the 2-on-1, you're walking out. What point do you turn your hips inside, when you pass the leg, or do you have to wait until?
It's kind of like, so the question is, as I'm on top, right, and I start to walk myself, I straighten my leg. Here, come on back, we'll do this. I'm gonna turn this down. So the question is, at what point do I make the turn and so I'm gonna answer that in a couple different ways. So let's do the same side. So, all right, you're blocking here, you're gonna turn here, you straighten out your leg. So Chris wants to know, I'm walking out. So at what point do I turn? So first answer is, as soon as your butt hits the mat, you go from being on top of their leg to here. All right, so now look, I'm no longer on her leg. So the clear answer is, as soon as your hips clear that leg, that will give you the space to turn in. Because you don't have that space here. If I'm here and I start to turn in, look, I just get taken to the other side. So, as soon as you take a look, not now, look, my elbow in, Yanni talked about elbow in, can you guys see this elbow? Elbow in, and check it out, look, I hit, now I start to turn in. But the bigger answer is later than you think, and you could keep walking out, and you'll never have a problem with that. What's up, bud? Good to see you, man. Yeah, so you'll never have a problem with that. If you continue to walk out, what's going to happen is you're not going to have to turn in, because that person will then try to mount, and they're going to be blocking the mount. So short answer, as soon as your butt hits the floor, you can turn in. You can turn in too early. Then they take you to the other side. But it can't be too late, because if I just keep walking this out, I just get further away. Here, let's move back a little bit. I keep walking this out here. No problem. I'm safe now. She's got no back. What she's going to do is she's going to try to mount now. And that's where I can now face her. So I don't even have to turn back in. I can keep walking out. Does that make sense, Chris?
Yes, absolutely.
So don't do it too early. Do it too late. Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
So the leg that gets straightened is always the same side as the arm that I rotated to push
Right.
down with.
So I'll say it a little more simply for you. The leg that you come over is the side that has the underhook.
Okay.
All right, and this is a mistake that people make, all right? One of the biggest mistakes people make in this move is they don't know which side to go to turn to. And this is why I want you guys to pause, not worry so much that you're in this position. Don't try to get out too quickly. And I want you to be in this moment of evaluation of where you are. Because if you don't take that moment to evaluate and just move to the next thing, you could make yourself in a worse position. All right, so the question is, which side do I step over with the leg? So, the underhook's here, right? The overhook's here. So I'm always going to go through the underhook side. Because if I go to the overhook side, I'm risking choke to be right there for that person.
Right.
If I go to the underhook side, all right, the choke is not as powerful coming from here. All right? And as I turn in, I loosen that choke up. So, first thing is you're going to decide what's under, what's over. And then as you change your wrist, you know that the wrist that you change that has the thumb in, that's the leg that you're going to straighten out. Here it is. And here's my elbow in that Yanni was talking about. Elbow in. And I start to walk over. Walk over.
Okay.
Look, I don't mind this is hooked or whatever. Push away. And that way they're going to want to come up. And I can go back to my open guard.
So if for some reason we end up on the overhook side instead of the underhook side, is that
Yeah.
just a different escape?
So that's a great question, and let's go there. So the person takes you here, right? You can still come through this side in the same way, but it's harder here because she's under here. She can re-guard easier. She can press up and re-guard easier, but you can still get out that side.
And you're not walking into the choke?
It's more dangerous over there.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean that you can't still walk your hips out. Look here. As long as I'm secured, I can still kind of walk through this side.
Right.
It's not as safe, but I can bring my elbow in and come through that side.
Okay.
But it is easier for her to choke to that side.
Right.
What you can also do, instead of walking out, as you come to that side, all right, one of the things you want to watch for is if their feet are crossed.
Yeah, right.
If their feet are crossed, you can come over and tap them right there,
Right.
okay?
Another reason to take a pause.
Yeah, all right? But, I mean, you can start to work all sorts of stuff from here.
Okay.
And that's happened to me too. I got tapped just like that. I was on the back, thought it was great.
Thank
Other
you.
questions?
Can you show the foot one more time?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, see that.
You want to show it?
He wants.
You want to see? He wants to see it one
Oh,
more
yeah,
time.
no. Nice and slow.
Yeah. So the most important thing here is I'm not getting pushed to my stomach and I'm protecting my neck. 2 hands under. All right? She starts pushing in my stomach, I'm going to start sitting through. That will enable her to take my back. All right? Now she brought me to this side now. So that's okay. But now I've got my hands on and I'm going to put my chin down. I'm going to put my chin down. And I'm going to raise my elbows up. And I'm going to start to lower my base. That's going to make it harder for her to choke me. Now, what am I doing next, guys? What am I doing now?
Switch the grip.
Switch your hand, your grip.
Not yet. What am I doing?
Move down a little.
How to determine which is the underhook and the over.
Yes. I want to chill a little bit. I want to breathe. I want to recognize if I'm okay or not. What's going on? Take some time. All right, pause. Pause. The pause is like, that's like a whole life lesson, the pause. Especially if you start to get into a fight with somebody. So, I'm going to decide which is under, which is over. I'm going to make sure I'm okay. I'm going to breathe. And then I'm going to change my grip. Now what am I doing? Anybody?
Straighten the leg.
Like,
Yeah, I'm going to straighten that leg. Now what am I doing?
Stepping over.
Yeah, so one mention, I have a weak step over if my leg is not near my butt. So again, guys, we're back to that shrimp. I'm gonna load up much nicer if I'm closer to my butt. If I'm not closer to my butt, look at my step over. It's very weak. If I'm closer to my butt, look at my step over. Really strong. There we go. Now I can turn in with my elbow in and start to push away. Look, 2 on 1 still. Still 2 on 1. 2 on 1. All right? And that person's going to come on top. All right, let's try it again a couple more times. I want to see you guys do it a couple more times. Yanni, can you zero in on someone? I'll zero in on somebody. Let's see it, Danny B. Danny
Let's go,
Bacchiano.
Jess and Aaron. Nice.
Go through the steps in your mind. I think that was a little mushed together, Danny. I want you to break up the steps to person throws me down. Person throws my legs to the side.
Yeah, can you guys move a little bit, Jess and Aaron, so I could see what you guys doing? I only
Yeah,
see like
good.
the legs.
Clamp my neck. Good. Now I start to shrimp back into him. Nice. Now I lower my base, Danny.
Good.
And I lower my chin,
Good.
Danny.
Step over the leg.
There you go.
Sit
Now,
leg. Good.
which is top and which is
Elbows
bottom?
in. Jess is gonna come up.
There you go.
2 on 1.
Straighten the leg.
Punch him in the face, Jess.
So see how you're rolling over,
That's
Danny?
it, Jess.
I don't want you to roll
Good
over.
job, guys. Good
I
job.
want you to walk out, Dan. Check it out. If you're here, this is the walkout.
Let's see it, Jessica.
Okay? You're missing the walkout. There you go. Good, Dan.
Good, Jess. Nice. Good.
Let's see. All right, it's Andrew Cabo.
Nice, Jessica.
Where's Andrew Cabo?
Good.
Okay, guys, I want you guys to notice something as you're doing this. Do you do this and put it all together? Or do you do this? Bump, 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 bump. What people tend to do is put it all into one big quick mush. So if you're going through this in seconds, yeah, Andrew's going, yeah. If you're going through this real quick, you're missing the pieces of it. So I want you guys to slow yourself down. I want you to drill it one more time, but I want you to slow yourself down and try to hit all the points. The points are, that person puts me down, I keep my feet up. All right, then they throw me to the side. And now I protect my neck. Now I start to walk back into them. Nice. Now I put my chin down. And I notice I lower my base. Then I start to look, which side is under? I want you to think in your mind, which side is under and which side's over. All right? The underside, I'm going to grab the other side, the other arm, the overarm. All right? And then from here, I'm going to straighten my leg. I'm going to start to walk it out and turn inside. Okay. All right, let's hit it up with some more questions, guys. We got a couple more questions left, then we're going to go into our breathing.
I have a question when Yanni first takes your back. I don't know if it's because you guys are going slow, but it looks like she has a chance to just step over your leg and mount you. Are you protecting that with your knee?
She does actually have that chance, but she's on my back. So if she's gonna risk, that's called getting greedy in jiu-jitsu. So if she's already on my back and then she tries to mount, she's gonna chance losing the back and the mount. So in a sparring type of position, that's usually not a good choice. And in that case, all I have to do is hip into her and get out of there. In a self-defense situation,
Okay.
they would have done that from the beginning if that's what they wanted. Like they would have just mounted from right there, but they've got my back. So let's just show that a little bit. Well, I'm getting knocked down here. I'm getting thrown to the side, and that person jumps on me. They're taking my back because that's what's available. If I'm here, they're not going to take my back. But in this scenario, I try to run. And when you try to run, that's usually when you get your back taken. So if you really don't ever want to get your back taken, if you get thrown down and thrown to the side, just shrimp right in. But if you're not quick enough because you got thrown all the way, or you're trying to escape, that's going to have the back. So as she takes my back, all right? So the way that Yanni's stepping over, she's stepping very deeply. So if she tries to mount on here, go ahead and mount. I could start to come in and block with a knee. As long as I block with my knee, now I'm in a scenario where she's created a lot of space. So that may happen, and as long as you block with the knee, that person's gonna, by being greedy, and I see it happen a lot at the blue belt level, that they go, oh, I'm gonna take them out, and then they're left with nothing,
Got it. Okay.
right? It's like the guy that tries to take too much gold instead of the one ring in the Raiders Lost Ark, and then he gets like killed because of that. Should have just taken the ring. Okay, guys, so let's go into our breathing, and this finishes our escape series. But because we've recorded these and we've recorded all the answers, and it's like an hour-long recording now, probably 45 minutes of curriculum, you guys can play these back. You can come into training when we get back to training, say, oh, what was that? And go back to it. I'm going to make it available to you guys because we've really been able to dig into these 5 different escapes. But a lot of them, if you've noticed, they've have similar roots and also similar things to work, like the escape and the shrimp escape. All right, so let's hit it up. Next week, guys, we start with our takedowns. All right, so let's come to a nice calm position for yourself. You could do it on your knees. You could do it like Yanni has. And let's get a nice little breathing work going.
Let's relax. Are you ready? Here we go.
In through the mouth, out through the mouth.
Round number 1. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Just go with the flow of the breath.
In through the mouth,
In,
out through the mouth.
out. In, out. In,
Strong, fast breaths.
out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Pull in, letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. Let it go. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Julien. And let go. All right. 1 minute breath hold from now on. Be in this moment. Let the body do what the body is capable of doing. Be aware of your heartbeat. Slow it down and just be in this moment. Let that relaxation spread down to your toes, into your fingertips, to the base of your neck and head. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. Okay, recovery breath in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 2. Back into that rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. In, out, in, out, in, out, into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Julien, letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. In with peace, out with stress. More. Julien, letting go. Nice, deep, circular breaths. 5 more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Julien. And on the exhale, stop. 1.5 minute breath hold from now on. Feel, become aware of your body. If your hands and feet are tingling, or you feel your body temperature is changing, that's okay. You're doing fantastic. If you need to breathe before I give the cue, that's okay.
Breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. Close it out with gratefulness. Hear from 2 people, whoever wants to.